Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the bench. I got a little flipped around, a little different angle. You can see this thing. We got some soap, which keeps mice out of the RV. We got some mice traps, mouse traps, mice traps. It's for when they don't want to stay away from the soap. And what's happening? Welcome back. I wanted to talk in this video, and it's probably going to be a long video, so while I have you real quick, stick around for the whole video if you like, or split it up and watch it over a couple of days. I just want to talk about, I got a little list, some plans for 2024 for my pipe content on my channel. And while I have you here in the first minute or so, please like, subscribe, share the video around, tell some people about at Noah's house, about this crazy guy who smokes a pipe and likes to garden and likes to build things out of pallet, because I sure would appreciate it. All right, moving on to content. First and foremost, what am I smoking? Well, the custom boutique blend year is over. Starting in January, I smoked my first big house blend, and I've been smoking them all the beginning of January so far. So I've been going back to some favorites, and everything I'm smoking, I thought about it, it's got 2-3 years in the jar itself. So some of these blends are maybe 4 years old, and they are incredible. First blend I smoked was Acadian Perique. Wow, and it's about 3-4 years old, and it's super good. But today I am smoking some Seattle Pipe Club's potlatch, and it is, I'm going to say 3 years in the jar, plus, probably a couple years was in the tin before I bought it, before they were making it, and it is downright incredible. What am I smoking out of? Well, if you guys have not watched the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast with Jim Steffi and Tim Beaumont, which I'm going to talk about them in a little bit, it's a great podcast, and I was on it a few weeks back, episode 16, I think, and unbeknownst to me, they were having a giveaway. You had to, do this, and they did a random thing. It wasn't fixed. I know it sounds like it was fixed, but I won this beautiful olive wood pipe. And look at that guy. Now, it was a lot lighter when I first got it, and it's starting to color up because I'm kind of an oily guy, I guess. But look at that thing. It's got a nice little bend, and it was the pipe style that to enter their contest. I said, kind of like a Canadian, a longer, taller bowl, a longer stem with a little bit of a bend in it. And I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but that stem's got little gray swirls in it. And I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful pipe. It did have first olive wood pipe. So let me say this, it did have a little bit of a flavor when I first started smoking it. I was like, well, that's odd. And it took me a minute to find a blend that really excelled in this pipe. Turns out it's a nice heavy Balkan English style blend like potlatch. What else was I smoking over there? Hood Canal. They seem to burn better and taste amazing out of this olive wood pipe. So Tim, if you're watching this, thank you. Beautiful pipe. And that is Papa Bear's Pipes. And everybody I talk about in this video, all their information will be down below in the description, especially Tim's. I'm talking, my pipe's always going. Give me a minute. Oh, yeah, look at this goofy lighter I got. I still like my matches, but sometimes, It is a Sunday, and I'm enjoying a glass of white wine. Oh, if I look on my phone, it looks like Terry T-Bone is texting me right now. So, Terry, if you're watching this video, I'll get back to you in just a minute. Terry is jarring up some of his Seattle Pipe Club blends, because we talk about it all the time, how those blends come in those cardboard style tins, and neither of us are comfortable with leaving our blends in them. So he has started down the road of putting them all in mason jars. And let me tell you, Terry has a cellar that is wide and it is deep. So Terry, I'll probably call you in a little bit after, probably 20 minutes after I make this video. Like I said, it's going to be a long one. Like, subscribe, share. On to my list. Things I was talking about doing in 2024 with my pipe content. First off, I don't think I'm going to get rid of the the custom boutique blend brick and mortar series. I'm just going to keep it going. I'm just not going to be specifically 100% on those are the only videos that I'm going to put out. Let me check my microphone, guys. All right. I'm just going to keep doing them because Emerson Southern Forge and Cloud Bear and Peretti and all these, they make these great stuff, and I don't want to pigeonhole myself and be like, well, I'm not going to smoke them anymore. No, I'm just going to smoke what I like this year. And if I happen to smoke a custom boutique brick and mortar blend, well, I'm going to throw it in that playlist, so to speak. And in my description of the video, it's going to say custom boutique blend. I was thinking of starting a new series. I really like playlists and series and organization. That's kind of how I am. And I was thinking of doing one just on flake tobacco. Noah gets flaky, or Noah is a flake. Something like that. That'd be hilarious. But I started going online and finding flake tobaccos and putting them in carts and figuring it out. And I have some flake. I was smoking some flake just yesterday. Some Peter Stokkebye's Navy flake. I was smoking that just the other day, and doing some advice from Brian Levine. I smoked it in a different style pipe that I usually don't smoke, and it was really good because I have found over the past year of smoking a lot of different blends, a lot of the smaller boutique blenders, they do a lot of Virginia heavy stuff, and I started having some issues with these big heavy Virginias. They were biting me, they were burning hot, and toward the end I was like, man, I'm really not leaning toward these anymore. I know some people have chemical issues with Virginias. I don't think I have that. I don't know. But smoking that Navy flake out of a love it, a smaller pipe, it was great. I really did enjoy it. And some of the flakes I've been picking out, I'm on Smoky Pipes and tobaccopipes.com, stuff like that. I've been trying to get some English Balkan flakes because they just sound interesting. It's like Bob's Chocolate Flake. Through them, I found some of that. So I might do a flake series. What do you guys think of that? And everything, these are just questions talking. You got some comments for me. Throw them down below. Good, bad, otherwise. I love to see the comments. And I will always answer your comments or at least give you a heart if I read it. Or when I read it. On my list, show off new olive wood pipe. Oh yeah, check out the nice adornment right there that Tim from Papa Bear's Pipes got on there. Beautiful, beautiful pipe. I'm thinking of getting a new camera because I use my iPhone, and it's not too old of an iPhone, or a couple series ago, I don't know. But I was looking at getting a camera specific for YouTube, one that I don't know if I want to get that little ring or whatever, but something that mounts on my tripod and something that's, I don't want to say better quality because I think iPhones have pretty good quality. But like I have it flipped around now because my mirroring program I used to use, it went to shit and it doesn't work anymore, and they want to charge me for it, and I'm not going to pay for it because it sucked. It froze up all the time. So I have it flipped around, which I don't think this camera is as good as the back camera, but this is just what it's going to be for now. Excuse me. A little tamp action there. Oh man, that pot latch is, it's incredible. And I remember opening up the tin at first, and I didn't really care for that. Now I've had that probably 5 or 6 years because I bought all these Seattle Pipe Club blends because everybody said how good they were. And I was such a new pipe smoker. I don't like them. I smoked through them, but luckily I had these jars sitting in the back. If you guys remember, I talked about in another video, my PC that I had for 12, almost 13 years, shit the bed. So I had to get a new PC, and I got a refurbished one off Amazon. Had issues, but I got all the bugs worked out. But one thing that doesn't work is my old editing software. So I had to go and I found some new editing software, and I'm still learning the ropes of it. And everybody says how it's more professional and it's more powerful. To a point, I don't need a powerful program. I need something that's simple because I'm a 51-year-old guy who doesn't want to learn a bunch of new computer stuff. But I'm learning it, and hopefully this new editing software is going to look cool, and I'll be maybe to do some effects or some sweeps. I may do a new beginning. I may use the one beginning I did for the custom blend series just for that. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do my videos, but I'm going to be using this new editing software. I use it in the last couple of videos, and definite learning curve, and there are things about it I don't like and things about it I do. Oh, some people, a couple comments were like, yeah, dude, I haven't seen a video in like a month and a half. Well, where have I been? A week before Christmas, me and my wife got super sick. We didn't have COVID. We both tested for COVID. Neither of us had COVID. We both had this respiratory, this chest infection that was coughing central. I coughed so much, I felt like I went 10 rounds with Tyson. My stomach muscles hurt from coughing. My chest hurts so bad. I didn't smoke a pipe for probably a month. And then that morphed into one of the worst flus I've ever had. I'm talking 3 days on the couch, not eating anything, just drinking some tea, maybe some beef bouillon. I felt like pounded shit. And, you know, people know what I'm saying when I say that. And honestly, it's one of the worst flus I've had in 20 years. And right when I would start feeling better and think, oh, I'm feeling better, bam, it knocked me back down again. We canceled our holiday celebrations, whatever you want to call it. My mom and my son and my wife's aunt and uncle and stuff were going to come over, and we canceled it. We actually just did it beginning of in the last week. We did it after the new year when everybody was feeling better. But that's where I've been. I haven't made any videos because I felt terrible. And I was going to do like, hey, 2023 wrap-up videos and all that cool stuff. Wasn't going to happen because I felt terrible. And the way I felt was coughing, and the way my chest felt was burning and coughing. Smoking a pipe was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to sleep and sleep and sleep and not cough. Plans for new pipes. I want to talk about that. I don't buy a lot of pipes. Last year I bought 2 pipes. I do believe I got my poker from Ohio Briars. Dan, awesome pipe. Love it. And I got my Papa Bear's pipe, my Danish egg, and like I said, I won this pipe. So I got 3 pipes last year, but I only actually purchased 2. And I have a couple makers in mind and pipes I want to get. And I also have a couple factory pipes I want to get. I want to get a longer, more Canadian style Peterson. I think it's the 121. I don't know the numbers and all that. And it's a P-lip because I do like the P-lip. And I like their Sherlock Holmes pipes. I was thinking about getting one of those Savinelli. I think it's a 320 where I can put the 9mm filter in it, because I heard a lot of people who don't get along with Virginias that they smoke it filtered, and it really helps with the bite and it helps with all that stuff. So I might get a Savinelli, and I really want to get a Costello. You know why? Because I just like saying Costello. I love having Costello. So hopefully this year I get a couple pipes. Our artesian pipes, I'm definitely going to get another Papa Bear's pipes, because that Danish egg I got it in the mail. I packed it up. I started smoking it. It smokes like I've had it for 20 years. There was no real break-in. There was no weird flavors. Tim, you knocked it out with that one. I love that pipe. Pipes by Woo. I don't know if you guys have looked him up. He's on Etsy and he's on Instagram. Man, he's really making some super beautiful pipes. And I've watched him for a couple years. And at times when he's had them and he's even contacted me, I just didn't have the funds available to get it at that time. I've also started to appreciate some of my smaller pipes that I bought that never smoked because I didn't like them because they were smaller. I've started to appreciate them. That Love It style shape, kind of starting to get into that. So I got a couple of those in mind. I have one. I have it on eBay. Well, I don't tell you, but don't you guys go buy it out from underneath me. It is a GBD from 1954. It's not super expensive, and it's been there, and I keep watching it, and man, it's a super cool looking pipe. What else do I have on there. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share the videos around. No, are there any blends that you guys suggest I should have a go at, and I can give you a take on it? You know, if there's like your favorite blend in the world, let me know. I'll pick it up. I'll smoke on it for a few weeks, get a dozen bowls down, and then I'll give you my take, and maybe we can go a little back and forth. You know, we can. Hey, what did you get out of it? What did I get out of it? Little heads up right now. Here's my daughter. All right, that was my daughter stopped in, so we had a little chat. You guys don't want to hear that. It's bad language. Just a little heads up. My buddy Terry T-Bone, he is not a presenter on YouTube, although we were talking, he's going to start pushing out some shorts. He's going to do some stuff, which if you guys don't know, I do try to do a short every day. And when I do my shorts, it's me with a pipe, and I put some really cool rock music. So I'm a metalhead, I'm a rock guy. I love Rush, Thin Lizzy, Metallica, Slayer. I love that stuff. And, you know, no bullshit about it. But it's me smoking a pipe. It's 15 seconds, some great music. And I always look up, because me and Terry were talking about this. He's like, why I always look up, just so you look up, and that is who I'm smoking. And I'll put who I'm smoking, and I put what I'm smoking. So like Emerson, Southern Forge, Satanic Panic. But I try to do a short every day, and hopefully it gets out there and people, you know, see somebody smoking a pipe, and I'm like, what's that guy smoking? What is Emerson, Southern Forge? What is Cornell and Deal? But that's why I put the shorts out. But Terry's going to start doing some shorts. Me and him were BSing about it. But he wanted to do a little video collaboration thing maybe. He sent me 3 of his favorite blends in little jars. I got them right over here. And all he did on these jars was label them. So I got 1, I got 2, and I got 3. So in my magical notebook, I'm going to list them 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to sniff them out, and I'm going to put them in different pipes, and I'm going to smoke them, and I'm going to see what I pick out. I'm going to see if I can pick the blends out, because I kind of know what Terry likes to smoke. I did smell them already, and I'm going to say that they're all Virginias. They have that Virginia, they have that hay, they have that sweet smell. But that might be a little something me and him are going to do back and forth, and me and Terry are probably going to start making some collaboration videos together, because you know, he's out in California, I'm in Pittsburgh, that we can still make it happen. We can edit it together. So that's going to be a real cool thing to do. Where's I going with that? Blends to try. Like I said, any other blends you have for me to try, let me know. Because I read a lot of descriptions, and you read about it, you know, on the internet or smoking pipes, and you see the tin, and you think, oh, that tin art's cool. But there's a lot of blends I pass by, maybe because the tin art isn't cool and I don't read about it. Maybe you really like it. One of my favorite blends, and I don't know how many people out there really smoke it, is this right here. This is Comfort from Cornell and Deal. It's part of the Serenity series. And that is a very big product in my cellar, because I really like Comfort. And I don't hear much about it. I know it's always for sale, which is good. But it's a blend like that. Like maybe there's something you smoke from, you know, McBaron's or HU, which thanks to Beans, I now know is coming to America. Dan Tobacco, stuff like that. If there's something you really dig, it's a weird little thing, let me know. Shoot me a comment. Shoot me an email. You can always look in my description. There's all my contact information. There's my email address and stuff like that. And check out my Instagram, at Noah's House. Go figure, on Instagram. And I try to post some pipe pictures, some gardening pictures, and there's personal stuff on there too. But you can check it out. And finally, I wanted to, you know, some people will ask, you know, what channels do you watch? And these are some of my favorite channels that I watch all the time. No particular order, but just if you're new to piping, you just found my video. I don't know if I asked you already to like, subscribe, and share the video around. But these are some of the channels that I watch on a regular basis. And I subscribe to tons of channels, and I try to watch as much as I can, but I would have to quit my job and watch YouTube like 23 hours a day. But these are some of my favorite channels that I watch because they have a lot of good content. Beans 316, he's kind of local to me. He's in West Virginia. I'm in Western Pennsylvania. I actually used to work in the area that he lives. And he does some great reviews, and he doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't bullshit. If he doesn't like something, he doesn't care who made it. He'll be like, yeah, this tastes like crap. It tastes like cardboard, you know. And you're like, all right, well, at least I know how you feel. He has a great channel. He has a really beautiful bar. He just had to rebuild. He's got all this bourbon and stuff like that. Brad the Bearded Piper. Actually, one of the few people I've met in person. Me and Brad did a meetup one time at a local taco place, and we had some tacos, and we did a pipe trade. And, we BS and we watch each other's channels. Brad has some good content. He just built this cool little smoke room in his garage and stuff because he's also working out there. Brad always has some good content, and he has some beautiful pipes. If you see his pipes, he's always getting these gorgeous pipes, and he's always smoking some really good blends. Check him out. Bremen Pipe Smoker. I don't know if a lot of people know about him. He does have a pretty good following, but Bremen Pipe Smoker, he's this German guy, and he smokes mostly all Meerschaum, and he does some seasonal tobacco reviews, and he used to do these one videos. I don't think he's done one in a while, where he's just cruising in his car, smoking his pipe, talking. And some of the coolest videos, I really like them. Now, these three kind of go together. Emerson Southern Forged, Papa Bear's Pipes, and the Pipe and Tobacco, Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast. And these kind of go together because Jim Steffi, who runs Emerson Southern Forged, and Tim Beaumont runs Papa Bear's Pipes. Well, they do the podcast Pipe and Tobacco Talk. If you guys have not figured it out, I really like Emerson Southern Forged tobacco. I like the blends. Jim is a great guy. He'll make you personal stuff, and he's always up for doing something interesting. I've reviewed tons of his tobaccos. He's a great guy. Chat with him all the time. Check him out. And Tim from Papa Bear's Pipes and my Danish egg, I should have brought them down, but is a super, super good guy too. And he's actually kind of local to me too. He's not too far away from me in Ohio, which we're trying to get Jim to go to Muletown because I'll be going to Muletown this year. Terry's going to be going to Muletown this year, and Tim will be at Muletown this year. And actually just booked my flight earlier this afternoon. So come to Muletown. I really like to meet you, shake your hand, smoke a bowl with you, and I can't wait. I'll wait to meet Tim, and I haven't seen my buddy Terry in several years, so this is going to be a good time. And Jim, if you're watching, if you can, get to Muletown. I understand you got to work, but those three kind of go together. JesPiping. It's kind of a newer channel. Give the guy a look. He's getting some followers. Seems like he's going to have some good content. He's already talking about some good blends, and he has some nice pipes. Check him out. Malcolm Guite. Guite. I screw names up and stuff, but he is an Englishman. He is a professor, I think a PhD, and I do believe he's also a minister, a priest minister. But he has beautiful pipes, and he reads poetry, and he sits in his study, and it's so English, and it's so super cool. While he has his old books, and he's always smoking like a beautiful Peterson, and he'll have himself a glass of whiskey, a glass of bourbon, and he talks poetry and stuff. And he has an awesome channel, and I watch it all the time. It's very relaxing. Mountain Chaw Piper. Come on, who doesn't watch Mountain Chaw Piper? Parsimonious Piper. He's another one that watch all the time. And he did a really cool thing on C.S. Lewis. He collects Briarly. Is it Briarly pipes? Ethan, if you're watching, sorry, I can't remember. But he restores some pipes and Parsimonious, so he doesn't pay a lot for these pipes, and he cleans them up, and he has a really beautiful collection. He talks some really good tobacco stuff, and he does Piper's Care, and he's in the community, and he's a super nice guy. Really big beard at this point in time. When are you shaving that thing, Ethan? Just asking. But Parsimonious Piper, definitely give him a look. The Pipe and Tamper. It's linked to their podcast, but if you listen to their podcast and you wonder, what do these goofs look like? Well, you can also go on YouTube and you can watch the Pipe and Tamper. You can watch Mike smirk when Jay says his snarky comments. And TruckinpiperBob Piper. Now, he's another Englishman and super nice guy. I feel like a kinship with this guy. We're around the same age. We have a lot of the same attitudes towards things. But he has some beautiful pipes, and he always has some good content, great tobaccos. And it's just a very relaxing and entertaining channel to watch. And lately I've been watching a lot more and a lot more. And there's a lot more people that I do watch. I don't comment all the time. I try, and if it's something I like to throw a little like, hey, that's awesome, you know, beautiful pipe or something like that. But a lot of times I do watch your content. I just don't throw a comment down, which is not what I want you to do on this video. I want you to watch and I want you to comment down below. Oh, podcast. What kind of podcast? I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a super ton of gardening podcasts, which I made a gardening video before this, and I didn't mention the podcast I listened to. Well, sorry. The Pipe and Tamper podcast. Who doesn't listen to that? Everybody listens to Pipe and Tamper. The content's been a little sketchy here and there, but it's supposed to get more regular this year, I heard. The Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, which I talked about before. You got Jim and Tim, and Pipe and Tamper's Mike and Jay. And the podcast I probably listen to tobacco-wise the most, because I didn't start getting into it until a little while ago. So I'm up to speed on the ones coming up. They come out every Tuesday. But I'm listening to the back catalog, and there's like over 10 years of content to listen to. And even though it might be 10 years old, it's still relevant piping content. Is the Pipes Magazine radio show with Brian Levine. And I will tell you what, I love this show. You got the big man. You got Emerson on there all the time. You got his other buddy. Oh man, I cannot remember his name, but he's on, and he's a guy who smoked pipes since like the 60s, and great stories. And Brian Levine is an awesome interviewer. He has great content. He has a good format, so the show is formatted so you know what you're getting. He's got his rant. He always has a song in there. I'm back listening to shows from 2020 now, and he's talking to newer pipe smokers, and he talked to seasoned pipe smokers, and he has 7 questions. And if you ever have a question or anything like that, like Dino does every week, simply shoot him an email or comment on the page, and more than likely he's going to read it. He's going to answer your question, anything like that. Okay, now we're back. Now my wife come down. She's going out to the coach to do some measuring. She's got a project she's going to do, paint some stuff. But no, 2 edits. And my daughter come down and my wife come down. No, but those talking about Brian Levine's podcast, definitely give that a go. You can go back, you can listen to all the old content, and it's all relevant. Fred Hanna, that's the other guy. Damn it, I always forget his name. Steve Ersman, he's the big pipe guy. He smokes some huge pipes. But Fred Hanna, he is hilarious the way he tells stories, and he's got so many good stories and all these old tobaccos he smoked and pipes he's had over the years. He's the straight grain man. He says they smoke better. I don't know. This pipe smokes pretty damn good. But anyway, that's my plans for 2024 in a nutshell. Just some things that I want to do. I just wanted to kind of BS. It's going to be a super long video. I probably only have me at the end of here, because I always rewatch my videos when I post them to make sure there's no screw ups. But yeah, that was all the stuff on my list I wanted to talk about. People like Brian Levine, you watching this? Oh, that's awesome. Have me on your podcast. Just kidding. I'm not that interesting. But once again, like, subscribe, share the video around. I have a note on here, say it 43 times. I think that was 43 times. But I want to put out this video. Like I said, it's going to be long, and hopefully by the description, people stuck around and wanted to hear me chit-chat about what I plan on doing in 2024. But hey, the way I am, I could change all this up tomorrow and do something completely different. Well, hey, from the bench, I'm Noah. Thanks for stopping by.